What do we have here, Tigger?
This is a shout out to Chuck Living Large.
Nice. He's selling shirts now. He must be
selling
making it
shirts?
big. I mean, he's got shirts in the outfitter. That's awesome. Hey guys, currently road walking to a restaurant in Elkton. Mr. Wayne, our shuttle driver, dropped us off back at the outfitter. We went in there, didn't buy much. It was didn't have a whole lot of stuff that we needed. Then I had some coffee at a nice coffee shop. I think it was the Blue Elk Coffee Company. Nice girl named Kelsey was there. She took care of us, and I got a photo with her. I'll show you guys somewhere in the video. And we also made a new friend. Her name is Fancy Pants. I was excited because I've seen her sign a lot of gut hook comments, so I kind of just knew who she was and recognized her name from that. So real nice lady. So we're hanging out. Wayne also dropped her off, and we're headed to eat. And then there's a little grocery store and Walgreens, so we're gonna try to do a quick resupply. We don't need a lot, but just a couple of things. I need some deodorant. My deodorant I was carrying went bad, so I got to get some more. It's pretty desperate. It's so hot. Like y'all ain't gonna believe this, but I may even, if they don't have a little thing of deodorant, I may just get a full size. We'll see. I don't know if maybe sending my stove home in exchange for a large deodorant is the right way to go, but yeah, I'm sure they'll have a trial size. We'll see. All right, hey peeps. I know you guys have watched my last few videos, saw me hiking with this young lady named Tigger. Hello Tigger, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for hiking with me this week. We've had a good time.
It was fun.
We've been making some pretty good miles.
Yeah.
Get some stuff taken care of. We are out here behind the little hotel where we're taking a 0 day. So I tried to get back here away from the road so y'all could hear her good, because I wanted to interview her. She's very interesting. I especially wanted my Heard County people to get to meet her, because she is in fact a school teacher. So just tell me a little bit about yourself, Tigger.
I am 24, just turned 24 this past week. Yeah, that was fun. And I'm a school teacher, 2nd grade, possibly moving to 4th grade, unknown. And yeah, through hiking the AT instead of starting life. So living a good time here. Yeah,
and I asked you why you were hiking the AT, and what was it kind of that you said?
Because I was in a classroom up until I was like 23 last May, and then I'm going to be in a classroom for the next 40 years of my life, so I thought maybe I should go do something that isn't in a classroom, even though I do like being in a classroom, but it's fun to learn in other places. So.
Nice. It's been quite an experience. I know you're kind of like me. You've hiked with a lot of different people.
Yeah, a lot of different people.
You haven't been completely tied to anybody all the time.
No.
I know you've had an interesting experience out here. When did you start the trail?
February 24th.
Nice. Okay, so for reference, I started February 6th, so she's like 18 days ahead of me, kind of more or less, depending on how you look at it. But tell me, as we talked yesterday, Tigger told me an interesting story about kind of her worst day out here, and it involved Woods Hole Hostel, which I think y'all remember we visited there with Miss Neville a few weeks ago during the Triple Crown Hostel. So tell me a little bit about that. I know Miss Neville was really good to you, so tell us about that.
Yeah, so Woods Hole was like the best, I would say it was the best hostel experience. Sorry Tina, at Cordaway Inn, we were close 2nd place.
Yes.
But yeah, Neville, I basically just really didn't want to hike the day that I got to Woods Hole, which is weird because that's all we do is hike, so I felt kind of defeated, like mentally drained. My legs felt fine, and kind of showed up to Woods Hole, and Neville made me a vegan smoothie with coconut milk, which was awesome. And then she was kind of like, yeah, you don't have to hike today if you don't want to hike today. So I just didn't, and we walked around, and I got to see all the land, and then I got to help pick lettuce for dinner and help make dinner. And I got to do yoga, and number 2 Pencil was jealous because he didn't get to do yoga,
yeah,
but
fair,
I got to do yoga,
true.
And it was so just refreshing and good for the soul and the mind. And then slept in the bunk room, which was not my hammock, but still comfortable. And then in the morning, got to help prep for breakfast the night before, so that was super fun. And ate another really good meal, and just all the conversation was awesome with Neville and the other people who worked there and the people around. It was a really good crew who was there, who had hiked in. And then, yeah, and then when I was leaving, she was like, you know, if you're taken care of, and I was taken care of, and I didn't have to pay. It was trail magic, or she's a trail angel. I don't know how that works, but it was awesome, and it was a really good experience, and it definitely kept me on trail and kept me moving north. So super super thankful for Neville and Woods Hole Hostel and all of her vegan things, because that was sweet and just refreshing. It was like a reset. It was like a reset in my hike. So
nice. And I agree with Tigger. I really enjoyed Woods Hole too. And I think me and Tigger both agree that we want to kind of go back there later when we're not hiking to kind of really get maybe more of an experience there. Because I got in there like one night, left the next morning. I'd like to go there and like spend a few days in my van and hang out. I feel like I would enjoy that too, because like I said, she was pretty awesome. So are you missing all your family back home?
Yeah, I do. I did just get to see them this past weekend, but I miss them already. It's been a week or 5 days.
Tell all of them hello?
Yeah, hey mom, and my sister, and my niece, my baby niece Grace.
Yes. Oh yeah, her baby niece. Tell them like one of your luxury items is.
One of my luxury items is a pair of my niece's baby socks, because I like to just touch them to my face when I'm sad. It makes me feel better. So.
Yes.
And they don't weigh anything, because they're like 6-month-old socks.
They do weigh something. I tried to negotiate with her and get her to just carry one of the socks, but she was not having it.
I need both.
We've kind of went through each other's gear. She's also carrying, I think, a Kindle, because she reads a lot.
Kindle, read every night. But I think that's all my luxury items, is a pair of baby socks and a Kindle. So
cool. And you've hiked with a lot of people. Who's some of the, other than Number 2 Pencil, who are some of the favorite people you've hiked with that you might want to shout out?
Shout out to Musox. She's nice. my trail sister, my trail mama, and Lulu, who's literally just my trail mom, and Snacks and Drinks, who are my besties on trail.
She talks about Snacks and Drinks all the time.
We've hiked together for a long time, and they're good company. And who else? I don't even know who else to shout out to. So many people. I feel like I've hiked with so many people, it's hard to make decisions about who to even say hi to. Yeah. Tapeworm, if Tapeworm watches this, I know you're like 1,000 miles ahead of me, but hey.
That's like my M. M's like 1,000 miles ahead of me, so y'all remember M. So talk about, you got to get off trail. This is one of the things that are challenges that thru hikers face, is sometimes they have events in life that they've got to attend to, even when they're on the trail. Like, I'm pretty much not attending to anything, but Tigger is going to get off trail. Tell us about that here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm getting off trail in Pennsylvania, hopefully close-ish to home, which is Erie, PA, originally that's where I grew up. But there's a wedding that I'm going to, and girl in my sorority, and Number 2 Pencil doesn't think I need to go, but
just saying,
I'm
it's a wedding, y'all know how I feel about weddings.
I'm excited. She's marrying the love of her life, so it's gonna be awesome and very fun to just celebrate her, so it'll be good.
All right, what are your hiking goals going forward, like for the rest of the way?
Hopefully for the next 2 weeks before that wedding, just to like bang out some big girl miles, get it done, some 20s, start really early in the morning. We discovered that we can get like 7 miles in before 9 a.m. So maybe don't do that every day, but a 12 by 12 consistently would be nice. 12 miles by noon, and then that way the afternoon is kind of whatever you want it to be. So
nice.
Yeah, mostly I just have to be done by August 1st, because teacher life. So.
All right, we talked about kind of your worst day on trail. What would you say has been your best day on trail out here?
Oh geez, there's been so many. There's been so many good days. I think just even seeing the trees is a good day. So
how about this? If you could relive one day that you've had out here, which day would it be?
I don't even know if I could relive a day.
Yeah, let's just do it all over again.
Do it all over again, like right from the beginning. Probably, there was a really fun day. Oh, do you remember that town that has like just a brewery in it, and it's in Georgia? And you get off and there's like a hotel and just a brewery. I can't even remember it. It was like
Hiawassee? No.
Hiawassee. It was Hiawassee. Okay, yeah, that was super big, but that's like every town. But in Hiawassee, I remember we hiked. It was like a huge group of like 14 of us that all hiked into Hiawassee, and we just kept running into each other during the day. And like we all planned to go there together, and then we all went to we hiked a 13-mile day, which was kind of a big deal in Georgia. And then we all went to the brewery and we played like darts, and like there was music playing, and we had such a fun time. And then we went to the hotel and we kind of brought the party back to the hotel, and that was a really fun time. But it was just like a really, I think that was my first sense of being like, okay, like this is through hiking. Like these are my people now. So I would say that day.
Yeah, my folks that watch this know I've said this is my people now like a few times. So that kind of makes a lot of sense. So how do you feel? You started, tell me your date you started again.
February 24th.
Okay, so you were a little ahead of the bubble.
I was definitely ahead of the bubble.
Were you trying to be ahead of the bubble, or what were you?
It was a combination of being ahead of the bubble, but being like a little bit behind like the scary beginning of February weather that ended up really not being that bad, but also I just had to finish, so I wanted to give myself enough time. I feel like I gave myself a 2-week buffer period, kind of.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, because I did have to take a week off a couple weeks ago. So it was, so February 24th. Also, I chose February 22nd, which it was apparently Tuesday, but I'm not a nerd and didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
it's
that
like
was Tuesday. Yeah, that was like 100 people started that
and
day.
a million people started that, and so when I registered my hike like 2 years ago, I was like, perfect, a Tuesday, no one will be starting, it's not a weekend, it's in February, so then I just moved to the 24th.
Nice.
So
oh, you did change. Okay, I've talked about that before. I said it,
I was like, I didn't know that it was a Tuesday. Like, I was just like, I thought I was starting when no one was, and then all of a sudden the chart was like this high of red, and I was like, well, that's everyone's starting that day. And
I have said as well, if I had signed up for that day, I would have changed.
I changed to Thursday, and then I ended up catching up to a lot of those people, and they all were indeed nerds. Because they were like 22222.
What's your number? All right, you're a younger person than me, so what would be your advice to someone of a similar age that's maybe just getting out of college, that's thinking about through hiking next year? What's your number one piece of advice for them?
Don't let anybody tell you that you need to work first. I would say that was it. Because I had a lot of people tell me, you should work a couple years first and then go hike, and you'll have more money and you'll be able to enjoy it more. But I'm out here kind of balling on a broke girl budget.
Nice.
And I'm enjoying it so much more, because I think if I would have waited, I would have never done it. So I would say do it when you want to do it, not when anybody else tells you to do it.
Gotcha. Okay, another interesting thing that I've learned about Tigger this week is her backpack that she actually, can you show it to us?
Yeah,
We're going to let her do a little review and tell us a little bit about her backpack. It's so interesting. So.
It's a Mat 6 ultralight. So he's on Etsy and Instagram, which I think is really funny. Way to cover all the demographics.
Yeah.
And got this pack. It's my first ultralight.
Yeah,
so get that.
Mat 6 UL.
Yeah. It's my first ultralight pack. I had an Osprey Aura 50 liter, so like fully suspension, fully framed, all the things, like the most comfortable pack on earth, which was awesome. But I'm like, I'm ready to grow up now and be like a big girl and be a through hiker and use an ultralight pack. But I did not want to spend the money on an ultralight pack, so shout out to Mat 6 ultralight.
Yeah, so he's letting you letting you test this out.
Yeah,
right?
so I'm testing it out.
You started using it this week, right?
This week, Monday was my first day.
Yeah, as soon as I actually met Tigger at the entrance to Shenandoah. We were trying to sign in at the same time, and we could not figure it out.
How to fill out the sign-in sheets to Shenandoah.
Yes, we're still not sure it's right.
Yeah, but we have little things we're carrying, so we're fine.
We did our best. So.
But yeah, this is the pack that I got from him. It's got a fun matching.
Yes, that's my favorite part of it, is that the water bottle holder matches the pack, which is
super
cool.
Fun. And I really like that this is white, and honestly it's been a week and I feel like it's not going to fade much more. Like, it's kind of grimy, but it's not too bad.
That feels good too.
It's super comfy. It's really wide. I love that it's wide so it doesn't dig into my shoulder. And it has all the buckles and things. It has the suspension, the buckle. No hip belt pockets, but I don't use hip belt pockets. I use a fanny pack, so I wasn't too beat up about that. And then the side pockets are huge.
You can put 2 water bottles in there,
probably? I put 2 water bottles. Actually, in one I put my stove.
Yeah.
And I have my first aid kit and like 3 other things all in that one pocket. And then the other pocket I have all my water things, like 2 water bottles and my filter and my water bag, like lots. So it's very able to be packed full. This mesh stretches super far. And then there's also these bungee cords on the side that I put my obnoxious amount of liquid IV in.
She does have an obnoxious amount of liquid IV.
I counted today and I have 23 packets of liquid IV with me, and I am unashamed.
They're heavy, yes, they're heavy.
I'm unashamed. And then the other side too has that. That's where I keep my rain fly for my hammock, because I'm not a ground dweller. But then...
Yeah, and when I was hiking behind her the first day, I was like, it's so concise. Like,
it's super narrow, but like...
It was very cool.
In like the best way. I really feel like if it was any bigger, I wouldn't really need it to be any bigger. It holds like a 4-day food supply plus all my summer gear.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't be able to use it in the winter. Definitely wouldn't recommend it either. He said the weight is like... Anything over a base weight of like 15, it can be a little uncomfortable with food and water. But then...
It's frameless, right?
Frameless. Completely frameless. So I actually have... I use my sit pad as a frame type of thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
and I just slide it in and it stays in like
Oh yeah, it's kind of soft against your
right
back
there,
too,
soft
right?
against my back,
Okay.
so I can pack it and not really have to worry about it.
Okay.
And then he sent a white compactor out, which is awesome because the black ones are really hard to see your stuff in the dark.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it is cut to the exact length, so that's really cool. And then yeah, but this is Dyneema, so it's waterproof. But he still sent the compactor bag because sometimes it perpetually rains on the AT, like we've seen in the past couple days.
We know that no backpacks are
nothing's
waterproof
waterproof,
or like water
right?
resistant maybe.
But yeah, so this is an awesome pack, and I'm really happy, and it holds all my things, and my back doesn't hurt, even though I thought it would without a frame. So but it's so light because I have so many summer gear things, and I cut down a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like not carrying really any extra clothing.
It's a constant process. The people that like are watching my channel don't really understand it. Like they sometimes ask me questions like, how can you get by with only this? But it's just kind of what it is.
Yeah, like this is my shirt.
Yeah.
And these are my one shorts.
Oh, a fun fact, I'll throw in another clip or a picture.
Yes.
The outfitter we went to, they actually had a tiny little shirt just like hers, and she's going to send it to your niece, I think, maybe, or try to get her one sometime.
I think I'm going to get her one so that we match. She's one, so I just spend all my money on her.
Cute. So
but yeah.
Awesome, Tigger. I appreciate your time for coming to talk to my people on my channel. I know they're tired of talking to me or hearing me talk, so I thought on this 0 day would be a good time to let them meet somebody else. I thought it was cool because you're a school teacher. Everybody in my town loves the school system, so they can identify with that. So maybe if a teacher in Heard County wants to through hike, like
you can
totally do it. So
you can.
But yeah, like I said, I've been hiking with Tigger all week. Maybe we'll split up tomorrow. Maybe we'll split up in a month. Maybe
we'll
you just
never know. If we're gonna split up tomorrow, let's split up after the shuttle so we don't have to pay for
That's
two
a true
different ones.
story. Shuttles are better with multiple people. So anyway, thanks, Tigger. I appreciate your time. You're awesome.
Glad to be here.
There's a few clouds getting in here as we close out the day. A little bit of rain. Thought I'd show you guys around the motel today. Look up in the mountains. It is raining hard up there. I don't know how well you can see that, but this was like the worst weather. This was going to be kind of around camp time, so we're going to be dealing with definitely some rain the next few days. Hopefully not any major thunder showers or anything like that, so we'll see. Hey peeps, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. Thanks to Tigger for doing a little interview with me and showing us her backpack. And thanks to the guy that gave her the backpack, like, to test out. That is really, really cool. So I was hiking behind her a couple of days ago, and I was like, that's the coolest pack. It's so concise, and it was just so different. The color was different. I didn't know. I started asking her about it right away because I just did not recognize it at all. So anyway, she had just gotten it this week, so I thought it'd be cool to kind of show what some different gear looks like. Had a good time with her in Fancy Pants. Eating lunch today. It's starting to rain on me right now, so I'll wrap this up pretty quick. But anyway, getting back on trail in the morning. Mr. Wayne's gonna come get us about 9 o'clock. I think we're gonna do about 14 to a shelter tomorrow night because it's probably gonna be bad weather, so we're gonna at least try to stay close to the shelter. I may stay in the shelter, but y'all know I say that a lot and usually don't do it, so but we'll see. It's possible if there's not too many people there, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, like I said, thanks again to Tigger. I don't know how long I'll be hiking with her, but it looks like probably for the next few days at least. We get along really well, so that's always good. I'm surprised by, I think the young kids get kind of a different reputation out here, but like all the ones I've hiked with, like from starting early, like all the kids like 25 and under have been fabulous. Like they're the most serious hikers, and they are out here like you wouldn't expect them to be. Like, and maybe the ones behind me is different, but the ones I've hiked with or around are like so serious. They're all about the hike. They're not partying all the time. Like they're getting in, getting their sleep and resting and just hiking and like as a challenge. Oh my gosh, it's starting to rain. But anyway, but the old people, that's the ones you got to watch out for. Sometimes those guys and gals will be out all night drinking and having a good time and partying. So anyway, let me get out of the rain. I'm gonna wrap this episode up right here, right now, before I get bombed home. But I will talk to you guys in the morning as we get back on trail.